Hi there everybody, this is David, and welcome back to New RPG News. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about today, from the Tales series, to the Trails series, to remakes and remasters, Dragon Quest, all sorts of good, cool stuff. And we're starting off with something that I did a full video on. Tales of Berseria Remastered has been announced for the PS5, Xbox, Switch, and PC, due out on February the 27th of next year. Yeah, it's gonna be a worldwide launch. It's gonna be $40, and, why? You know what I'm saying? Why? Like, if you already own the PS4 version, you can totally play this on the PS5, and it's also already on the PC for like $5 frickin'. So Lord knows they're gonna be delisting the PC version that's $5 so that they can, you know, put up a $50 version on the PC of the remastered version. So yeah, what are the changes? We're getting enhanced graphics and optimized gameplay, even though the graphics are fine, but whatever. Engage in the ultimate quest for self-discovery, remastered for the first time. The Sacred Kingdom awaits the arrival of its Savril, and a lone woman named Velvet is marked by traumatic deceit. Join Velvet on her journey for vengeance, along with her cast of eccentric companions, as they sail through the archipelago which comprises the Kingdom of Midgand. Useful features like destination markers and the ability to disable enemy encounters make traversing the islands of Midgand all the more enticing. Visit the famous grade shop from the game's opening, get a smooth play experience only found in this remaster, and it also has all the downloadable content already included. So, if you've already played this game, there's probably no reason whatsoever for you to purchase this. If you never played it because you didn't have a PS4 or PS5 or PC, now is your time to play it. And I was very upset whenever this came out because, you know, the remaster thing is only going for 2 years. Or at least that's what they said at the beginning. Maybe they changed their mind. We don't really know. But there was tons of backlash about this. Not just me giving backlash, lots of backlash I saw about this. So the official Tales series posted on Twitter some damage control, shall we say. They went ahead and they put out this key visual by UFO Table. That's how somebody told me to pronounce it. I don't know if it's right. I said Ufotable the first time around. I really don't know what this thing is. Is it a company? Is it a person? I have no idea what UFO Table is. Anyway, we have the characters being revealed for their anniversaries, along with characters from remastered titles. But if you notice, who is there? Oh, look, it's Luke. Luke is there. Has Tales of the Abyss Remastered been announced? No, it hasn't. But then they say, oh, well, you know, it's for the anniversary. But there's also an anniversary of Tales of Phantasia. I don't see Kless. There's also an anniversary of Tales of Legendia during these years. I don't see Sentinel. Like, okay, sure, yeah, it's for anniversaries. Sure, whatever you say. Yeah, we're totally getting Tales of the Abyss. There's been some new gameplay revealed for Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, Emberdale, and Wetlock, hands-on gameplay and screenshots, 15 minutes of new footage. If you guys didn't see, because I put out 2 videos on that day, I put out the first video of me getting early access to Dragon Quest VII Reimagined and playing both of these scenarios. I got about an hour and a half worth of play whenever I took a flight over to LA in order to get some early access for this to, you know, show it to y'all. But then a couple of hours later, the Tales of Berseria thing hit, and I made a video about that, which I think overshadowed the Dragon Quest VII thing. So if you didn't get, you know, my reaction to everything where I really went through, and of course, you know, I do what I always do, I spill the beans, I tell everything that I found, then be sure to go back and watch that video going over these 2 areas, going over the job class system, the equipment system, the combat system, everything. I told you everything that anybody would ever want to know about this game in those videos. Nippon Ichi Software announces Shinigami Haini to Ishokan no Kaibutsu for the PS5, Switch 2, and Switch, due on April the 30th in Japan. So we don't have a release date in the West. We don't even have an announcement in the West either. However, I think that it will be coming simply because we did get the previous games in this series. It's the latest entry in the Picture Book series that explores the interactions between humans and monsters following the Liar Princess and the Blind Prince, as well as the Cruel King and the Great Hero. These games are very, like, basic. Like, little tiny toddler's first JRPG. It gives you a tutorial on how to move. It literally is like, if you want to move right, you hold the directional button right. You literally get a tutorial about that in these games. Like, it is, yeah. So, the game tells a story of heart-to-heart connections and salvations surrounding Mono, a girl who visits the medical facility Ishokan in hopes of saving her older sister, who has been afflicted by the terrifying Shimigami disease. Melhendia, a goat-like creature who seeks to exploit her, and the girls who the diseases have transformed into strange creatures. Players will be interact with the world of the picture book by destroying or transforming it, offering a fresh and unique gameplay experience. As babyish as the games are, I still enjoyed them. I like games like this. I don't know, it's turn-based combat, it's cute, it's a lighthearted storyline, like, I liked it. eScam Nordics is launching on February the 20th in the West. It's one day after the PS5 version launches in Japan. So it's coming out for the PS5, Switch 2, and PC. So yeah, let's see. It says, as the definitive edition of this critically acclaimed entry in the Ys series, eScam Nordics offers all the fast-paced combat and enthralling narrative of the original release, with new mechanics, a high-difficulty dungeon, and brand new storylines seamlessly integrated throughout the game. It has improved graphical performance and quality-of-life updates that make this the definitive way to experience Ys 10. So there's this new Island of Mystery, Oland Iron, a brave new adventure that you can, take part in, blah, 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 blah. There's new mechanics and content with a mana hold ability. So yeah, different stuff, different, areas and all that, but it's still a Scam Nordics because it was announced 2 months after the original was announced. Like, come on. Ys vs. Trails in the Sky Alternative Saga has a collector's edition for the Switch, PS5, and PS4. It is $100 in pre-production right now. Also, this is the only way that you can get a standard edition. If you wanted a physical edition of this, that is $50. It is only being sold on limited run games. So if you want this, be sure to go and check it out. Let's see what we got. We got a big old box right here. We have a steel book. We have a keychain. We have a hardcover art book. Let's see, an acrylic standee, a double-sided poster, a booklet, and the digital soundtrack code included, as well as a 2 CD soundtrack right there. So lots of stuff is included in this if you want this game physically, or if you want the collector's edition. I will have links to this below. Tides of Annihilation Break the Mirror gameplay trailer and screenshots, a look at the mystifying realm of Avalon. This is an Arthurian legend-inspired fantasy action-adventure game. And it says, we've created a world that reimagines the Arthurian legend where themes of courage, loyalty, and heroism intertwine with an epic story set in a strange yet familiar setting that will test the mettle of true gamers and push the genre forward. What does that mean by push the genre forward? Like, the genre gets forward all the time, and sometimes the genre needs to go backwards a little bit. Sometimes it goes forward just a little bit too much, if I'm just being frank. Okay. Tides of Annihilation is an action-adventure game, yeah, set in modern day. Okay, so it just said Arthurian legend. Set in modern-day invasion-fractured London and mysterious overworld realm, where the lone survivor Gwendolyn seeks the Holy Grail to rescue her sister and restore the world. The trailer features Gwendolyn, the main character of the game. She faces off against the powerful shape-shifting witch Tyrone, and is assisted by spear-wielding Sir Lamorak, a knight of the round table. So it has a lot of information about this. If you're into these sorts of games, be sure to look a little bit deeper into it. A Wild West open-world roguelike action game called Erosion has been announced for the PS5, Xbox, and PC, due out in early access for the Xbox and PC in spring of next year, followed by a full release across the PS5, Xbox, and PC later on that same year. Players find themselves in a distant future where a mysterious, sentient rock formation called the Pillar is consuming civilization piece by piece. They will descend in the mysterious Pillar to battle through chaotic, fully destructible dungeons, fighting to get one step closer to saving the protagonist's daughter, or losing her entirely to time itself. Every decision changes the story, and every death takes time off the clock. Erosion challenges players with intense, fast-paced combat as they delve into rogue-light dungeons filled with enemies and bosses while harnessing powerful perks and skills. Players will explore a post-apocalyptic Wild West in customizable vehicles, unravel side stories that reshape the future, and leave their mark on a highly destructible, voxel-based world. I don't know what is a voxel? What is a voxel-based world? I have no idea what that means, but interesting nonetheless. This actually looks pretty neat. I always watch the trailer of all these things before I do it, and so that I get a good deal of what the game is all about. And some of them, I'm like, oh, that looks like Garbo. But some of them look kind of neat. This one looks kind of neat. It looks very like PlayStation 1-ish. You know what I'm saying? Evangeline Era launches on December the 8th. It's a 3D action RPG that's coming out for the PC via Steam. Every level is hidden in plain sight in this non-linear 3D action adventure game. Travel a vast country's unmarked overworld, love an overworld, in search of the next challenging fight, humorous encounter, or mysterious landscape. You decide what you discover next in this world of fae, humans, and angels. The Angel's mothership, Throne, lies dormant behind a fierce storm. To reach it, unlock its secrets, and usher in the future, you must explore the land of Era and survive its trap-filled ruins, primordial forests, treacherous mountains, mines, and more. Overcome intense battles and hilarious hazards in this tale of betrayal, haunting lore, and fruitless yearning. I wish that the trailer showed a little bit more of this overworld or more of the combat, rather than this kind of like Minecraft-y early PS1 aesthetic thing that it's going on, but it looks interesting from what the description says and what I see in the trailer. Corpse Party Tetralogy Pack canceled for the West. The contents of several games do not comply with current platform guidelines. This is from Xseed, and it says they're canceling the previously planned Western release of it for the Switch. I wonder if this means that they're going to put it out on the PlayStation or the PC instead. I do not know. It says that it first launched for the Switch in August 7th in Japan with English language support. So if you want it, you can still get it, you just have to import it from a place like PlayAsia. It includes the 2021 re-release of Corpse Party Book of Shadows, Corpse Party Sweet Sakicho's Hysteric Birthday Bash, and Corpse Party Blood Drive. Their statement: though we previously released entries in the Corpse Party series on console platforms and digital storefronts in the West, we were informed that the contents of several games in the Tetralogy Pack did not comply with current platform guidelines. As a result, we are unable to release these games as intended and have subsequently canceled the physical release of Corpse Party Tetralogy Pack, as well as the digital offerings of previously unreleased Corpse Party games featured in the Tetralogy Pack. We apologize for any confusion and disappointment that this may have caused. We remain committed to working with our partners at Mages to bring Corpse Party 2 Darkness Distortion to the West, and will share more details on its release when we can. Character Bank announces online multiplayer action RPG Knights of Fiona for Steam Virtual Reality and Quest, due out in 2026. Okay, so we have a virtual reality game. Yay! Fierce dragons have emerged in the land of Galia. Join Fiona and her sworn knights to protect the kingdom. Embark on quests solo or with friends as you fight against the darkness. You know what? I have to ask, do y'all play virtual reality games? Like, is this a thing? Like, how many of y'all have a virtual reality console thing, and how many of y'all play it like on the regular? Like, or do you just stick to the regular consoles and PC and things like that? Like, am I the one left in the dust? Am I the one that's like, oh, no one's playing, virtual reality? Or is this like a thing? Like, is this a thing? Like, I don't know. I don't think it is, but I figured I'd ask. Knights of Fiona brings players to the vibrant world of Galia, where they join Fiona and her sworn knights to fight against an ancient evil threatening the safety of the realm. Players can adventure either solo or with two friends as they embark on this epic quest. You know what? I'm going to say this right now to remind myself that whenever we do the chat tomorrow, whenever this premieres, I'm going to put up a poll that says, do you play virtual reality games? Yes or no? And we're going to vote on it. We have an interview from President Kondo himself talking about what is in store for the Trails series, even though I know a ton of people on Twitter love to say, I don't trust President Kondo, who actually works at Falcom and controls everything that Falcom does. I trust this random person on Reddit who told me such and such. Yeah, get bent. So, what do you think about the remakes after Trails in the Sky 3rd? What do you think about the remakes that are going on after Trails in the Sky's 2nd chapter? Do you think you're going to be remaking Trails in the Sky the 3rd? Kondo goes on to say, there are differing opinions among us as to whether to call it the 3rd or Trails of Zero. Some people think that Zero is better than the 3rd. So he's saying, we're kind of up in the air on this. We don't know which one we're going to do. We're probably going to do both, and I made a full video on this just the other day as well. He even goes as far to say, I think a remake of the 3rd will have to be done at some point, but I think that there are many possibilities as to what form that will take. So that could be the form of DLC. It could be the form of just the game. It could be the form of a mobile gacha game. Or it could be, what I would love, would be for them to remake the game, and then every time that you go inside of a door, rather than just getting like a visual novel cutscene of what's going on, You instead actually get to control the characters and go through, like, Northumbria, and go through and see the salt pillar hit. Or you can actually go through and you can control Ren in Star Door 15. You know what I'm saying? I want to actually be able to play those scenarios, not just watch them unfold in a visual novel storyline thing. That is what I want to see. Then he goes on to say, in addition to the remakes of Zero and Azure, it seems people are also looking forward to the combined versions of Cold Steel 1 and 2. So he says, during the production of Trails of Cold Steel, we were told that you could do whatever you want, so we packed a lot into it, so it would be difficult to remake it. Combining 1 and 2 would also be quite difficult in terms of volume. For the time being, it's undecided. So personally, like I said before, I don't think that those games need a remake. It's kind of like a Tales of Berseria situation. They came out on the PS4, you know what I'm saying? So they're fine, and they're also available on PC, and they're fine. So I don't really see what the big deal is, and I would much rather they spend their manpower and their time focusing on, you know, different remakes, or concluding the Trails series, or working on, you know, another Ys or another game or a Tokyo Xanadu or whatever, or maybe even a brand new IP than remaking these games that have already actually been remade one time. So yeah, that's just me. And now we have a visual novel. Yay! Homura the Crimson Warriors launches in March 2026 in the West. The physical edition is not due out until April in Europe, though. So we have like a trading card pack, a holographic card that comes with it, all that kind of good stuff is by Idea Factory. Let's see, it says, in North America, both the physical and digital editions will be available March 2026, while in Europe, only the digital edition will be available in March, but the physical will come out the next month in April. Bear with me. 14 years have passed since the Battle of Sekigahara split Japan in two. Now firmly in control, the Tokugawa shogunate is scheming to eliminate the Toyotomi clan, long-standing thorn in its side. In response, the Toyotomi clan has decided to confront the Tokugawa head-on using Osaka Castle as their stronghold. Calls for support were sent to the daimyo throughout the nation, and a mere few answered the call. One of these brave warriors was... Why do I do this to myself? Nobushige Sanada, the second son of the Sanada family, who was cast away to Mount Kudo on house arrest after the Battle of Sekigahara. Alongside Nobushige on his escape from Mount Kudo are the Sanada 10 Braves, 10 ninjas who serve him even after their exile. Standing in their way are the Urayagyu, a group composed of assassins who have carried out many killings under orders from the shogunate, mysterious swordsmen, and mighty warriors. This is the final chapter of the Warring States period. It's a tale of bonds and the way the life is shaped by the Nobushige Sanada and the 10 braves who gather at Osaka Castle. My God, that was like the worst one ever. I've had some bad ones, but holy crap, that was a really bad one. Like, oh my God. Like, the thing about a visual novel is, or like reading a book in general, you have to, like, the words have to be able to flow. You have to be able to understand and comprehend what you're reading. And it's like, if I have to stop and pause like every 5 freaking seconds because of stuff like that, like, my God, I will not enjoy it. And I think that's half the reason why whenever I see the visual novels, I'm like, ooh. So yeah, maybe if that just like was, I don't know, a little bit more palatable to me, like I can actually deal with it. But anyway, I know a lot of y'all are fans of the visual novels, so that is why I cover them here. Hope that y'all enjoyed new RPG news. Let me know what you think about it in the comments, and as always, have a good day.